Kevin. Welcome back to the mat and welcome to this brand new flow. In today's practice, we are going to come together as an online community to really honour and celebrate the new moon power. So in this practice, we're going to work through a really invigorating twist and heart opener practice to really embrace the kind of healing energies that Mother Moon is bringing us over the past few days and to really kind of reconnect with our magic through movement. It is going to be a delicious practice. So 25 minutes of you and Mother Moon. To begin today's practice, my darlings, you're going to come into a comfortable seated position just at the back of your mat. So maybe coming to sit on the sit bones, maybe coming to sit in hero's pose, anything that feels good to you. But from here, we roll shoulders away from the ears, relax the hands, lap palms, flip to the sky. As all together, we take a beautiful deep inhale in through the nose. And a slow exhale, and all the way out. Just giving ourselves a few moments here to bring our mind to the mat and starting to pay attention to our breath. So opening up this circle by following the journey your breath takes as you breathe in through the nose. Recognizing if you're taking short, shallow breaths that are stuck just in the top of the lungs, or maybe recognizing if you're able to deepen that breath and send it all the way to the base of the belly. Feeling the belly rise and feeling the belly fall. And perhaps if you'd like to set yourself an intention for this practice, for the new moon phase, you can take a moment here, setting it in the mind and sealing it with your breath. As all together we inhale and we exhale. On your next breath, we inhale to find our length, and on your exhale, we're going to twist over to the left-hand side of your mat, wrapping the left arm behind the back, and aiming as always to keep that spine lovely and long. Inhale to untangle the arms, move slowly through center, and exhale, twist to the right hand side, wrapping right arm behind the back. Beautiful. Inhale to move back into the center, and we're going to reach those arms by our side to come in to gorgeous cactus arms. So elbows in alignment with the shoulders, and pull the hands back as we inhale, lift the heart to the sky. Exhale, wrap your arms around yourself and round into the spine. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, wrap your arms around yourself 3 more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to curve. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. This time when you inhale, you're going to open up the arms and send the hands all the way to the mat in front of you. If you've been sitting in hero's pose like me, you can give those feet a little bit of a tap out. But moving into our thread the needle pose, we slide left hand forward and we're going to send the right arm all the way underneath. You can keep that left hand rooted down to the earth, or maybe you wrap the left arm behind the back here. You even have an option to extend the right leg. Testing that core, finding a little bit of balance here. 5 breaths. Holding for 2. And 1. Relax left leg down. Relax left hand to the mat as you roll through center and take your twist to the other side. So thread left arm under the right, wrap right arm behind your back and extend the right leg. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful. Right hand comes to the mat. Relax right knee down and roll the body to tabletop. Now you can choose to take some waves in a tabletop position. So inhaling to drop the chest, send hips to heels. And then exhale to roll body up. Or if you'd like to come to a down dog and take your waves, you take the hip bones to the sky. And as you inhale, you press off the toes to round into the shoulders. Exhale, bend the knees, hip bones to the sky. Taking any kind of wiggles here that feels good to you. Doesn't have to be perfect. Beautiful, Coven. And then when you're ready from here, wherever you are, you're going to come to meet me in a downward facing dog. Taking a moment to ground through the hands, ground through the tippy toes, tucking the tailbone under, bend into the knees, and push the hip bones higher to the sky. Giving yourself a moment before we inhale. And exhale to bring the big toes to touch. When you're ready, we sweep right leg high to the sky. Bend that knee off into split dog. Inhale. On your exhale, you're going to follow me by twisting the right knee under the body to tap the left wrist. Lower the leg down, pivot on the back foot, and come briefly in to a fallen triangle pose. So stacking right shoulder on top of the left. We hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With control, lower the hips down and slide left hand down, left leg, reach right arm up and overhead to take a beautiful, gorgeous side body stretch. Inhale. Exhale to roll body up, right hand floats beside us, and we lift the body back into a fallen triangle once again, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand comes to the mat, pivot on the back toes. Now take as much movement as you like as you slide right leg out, step right foot behind the left and move to wild thing. So lift the hip bones to the sky and find a gorgeous back bend here. For 3, 2, 1. Float your way into downward facing dog. Ready to take this movement to the other side, adjusting my leggings as per usual. We bring the big toes to touch. Inhale to pull left leg high to the sky. Bend that knee off into split dog as we inhale. Exhale, twist that knee under the body to tap right wrist and lower the leg down, pivoting on the back foot and come to meet me in your fallen triangle, holding wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower the hips to the mat. Slide right hand down right leg. Lift left arm up and overhead here. Side body stretch. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Left hand floats beside us. Find your way back into fallen triangle. As much movement as you'd like. Lift the hip bones up. Holding once again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand to the mat. Pivot on the back toes. Take as much movement as you like to step left foot behind the right and come in to a gorgeous wild thing here. Lifting the hip bones to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Float briefly back to downward facing dog. Before all together we press off the toes. Move through a plank and gently take your first vinyasa. Knees up, knees down. It is completely up to you, but you lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, find upward dog or cobra. Exhale, take the hip bones back to the sky and immediately bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, float right leg high. Bend the knee off, split dog. Inhale. On your exhale, draw right knee into the chest and step between the thumbs. Keep that back leg up as we inhale to float those arms all the way to the sky. Exhale, pivot on that back foot and come to meet me in your warrior 2. So roll shoulders away from the ears. Tucking that tailbone under, chakras aligned. Before we wrap, left arm across the belly, right arm floats up and overhead. Meet me in reverse warrior. Keep bending into that front leg. Inhale to roll through. Warrior 2, bring the hands to prayer. You can rest the right elbow on top of the right knee or slide it into the center, coming into a gorgeous side angle. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, gaze down to the front foot. Relax the hands to frame, front foot, pivot on the back toes and lower the knee down. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. We inhale, float those arms all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands come to prayer and find a twist over to the right hand side. So keeping those hands in prayer, exploring your pose. Inhale. Exhale, lean forwards, hands frame, front foot. And from here, we're going to slide right leg all the way behind us. Immediately bend into the leg, find your balance as left hand reaches round to find the right foot and come to bound tiger. Holding wherever you are for 5, 4, you've got it, for 3, embrace every wobble for 2, and 1. Left hand floats the mat. Right knee floats the mat. We lift to downward facing dog. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, float left leg high. Bend the knee off into split dog as we inhale. Exhale, draw knee to the chest, step between the thumbs and float those arms all the way to the sky. First coming into high lunge, we inhale. Exhale, pivot that back foot with the back of the mat and roll into your warrior 2 now. So sending the shoulders away from the ears, tuck tailbone under and find length through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale, wrap right arm around the belly, left arm floats up and overhead. Come to reverse warrior. Breathe in the energy of Mother Moon here, Coven. Gently roll through Warrior Two. Hands come to prayer and take your prayer side angle, gazing all the way to the sky. Gaze down to the front foot. Hands come to frame it as you pivot on back toes. Lower the knees down. Inhale, find your way to Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Take a twist over to the left-hand side, keeping that spine lovely and long here. Inhale, bring the body back into the center. Lean forward as hands come to frame front foot. We slide left toes behind us, bend into the knee and find your way to bound tiger. So bend into the back leg. Right hand reaches round to find the left foot and pull it all the way to the sky. Holding wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Left knee meets right. Tuck toes under to meet me in plank. Drop from the top or drop from the knees, but take your vinyasa. Inhale, find upward facing dog. Exhale, hip bones come back to the sky. Down dog. Taking that first flow again, so our fallen triangle on our wild thing, we bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, pull right leg high, bend the knee off, split dog. Inhale. Exhale, twist the right knee under the body to tap left wrist and find your way to fallen triangle. Holding wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down, left hand floats down left leg, right arm floats up and overhead to side angle. Inhale to roll body up. Right hand floats behind us, pull left arm to the sky and meet me back in your fallen triangle. Maybe wrapping the left arm behind the back here as we hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand comes to the mat. Find your way to wild thing. Slide right leg out and around. Lift the hip bones all the way to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand floats to the mat. Gently make your way to downward facing dog. Final flow, we bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, float left leg high, bend the knee off to split dog as we inhale. Exhale, draw the knee under the body to tap right elbow and find your way to fallen triangle. Pull the right arm high to the sky. Holding wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down with control. Right hand floats down right leg, left arm up and overhead. Beautiful, Coven. Inhale, roll the body up, left hand floats beside us with as much movement as you like. You're going to find your way back into fallen triangle. So pull the hip bone to the sky, maybe this time wrapping right arm behind the back. We hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the mat. Find your way to wild thing, opening up the hips. Yes. Breathe in deep to the belly as we inhale. Exhale, flip your way to plank. Take your final vinyasa, so press off the toes. Drop from the top or drop from the knees. It's completely up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hip bones back to the sky. Downward facing dog, pedaling out those legs. Bending into one knee, bend into another, nod the head, yes. Shake it now. Now, if you have it in your practice jump through, you can jump through, or maybe you simply lower the knees, but however you get there, you're going to come to meet me in a comfortable seated position, ignoring my graceful jump through as we bend right knee to the chest, step right foot over the left thigh, wrap with the left arm and twist over to the right hand side. Inhale to bring the body through center, open up your twist and open up the heart to the left hand side. Inhale, bring the body back to the center, extend right leg, bend into left, step left foot over the right thigh, hug with the right arm and twist to the right hand side, left hand side, left hand side. Inhale to move through center, we open up the twist to the right hand side. Inhale, move back into the center, bend into the knees, crossing the ankles, and once again, meet you in your comfortable seated position, just easing out the neck here. We roll shoulders away from the ears, find length through the fingertips. Inhale, create that length. Exhale, drop right ear down to the right shoulder. Coming at an angle, draw the right ear down to the collarbone. Inhale, back to the ear, into the center. Inhale once again for length, Coven. Exhale, drop left ear down to the left shoulder. Before we draw the shoulder, the ear, all the way down to the collarbone. Inhale, back to the ear, into the center, roll shoulders away from the ears and bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Before we close the circle, we close this class, remind yourself once more of the intention you set at the beginning of this practice, maybe for this flow or maybe for the new moon that is rising above us. But sealing with your breath once more as we inhale and we exhale. Bowing chin to chest, head to heart, heaven to earth, with love and with gratitude to the strength of our minds for bringing us to the mat, to the power of this online community for their support and love. And as always, from me to you, thanking you for allowing me to guide you through today's new moon flow, coming together to create our magic through movement. I really hope you enjoyed today's little twist practice. I hope you feel a little bit more invigorated, a little bit more awake and ready for whatever new moon rituals that you have ahead of you this evening. But if you like today's flow, I would appreciate any kind of support for my little channel by maybe liking this video, subscribing to my channel, or even turning on any of the notifications. Support like that really helps. And if you're looking to explore your witchcraft and yoga journey a little bit more, in the description box below, I have a link to my brand new Coven memberships, a private area here on my YouTube where we work through hour-long flows, about 4 a month. We come together as an online community, and there's even a brand new Instagram page over at the Coven. But I'll stop talking now. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I hope to see you again soon. From the bottom of my heart, blessed be.